All right, good afternoon. It is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021, and today we were looking at an uptrend day. But there weren't really good opportunities to get in on these moves, unfortunately. You could, I guess, you could have been really aggressive and entered here maybe, but it looked like, it just didn't look like a good entry. But before I move into these trades, I had this measured move target up here, and we actually came like one tick shy of that, so I could have measured it incorrectly. But anyway, let's just take a look at these trades. I'm trying to make these videos quick. I think people like that. I like it too. So we come in here, we got the overnight highs and lows in yellow, and it looked like this was going to be a nice downtrend, but nothing really came of it. And you get this first entry, failed second entry. Oh, you know what? That's a failed second entry. I'm going to mark that. So I can't believe I didn't see that in real time. In real time, I took this as a second entry long, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be taking this because the signal bar is trash, but that's a failed second entry short. And that's why I don't do this with real money yet, because I didn't even see that. You want to be at a level where you're seeing that automatically. But I think, I just wasn't thinking clearly, and I was just too busy looking at it as a second entry long. But that is indeed a failed second entry short. So I do like that setup. If the signal bar was good, it'd be a good second entry long as well, because you're expecting after this break, we're expecting a move to a new high. So it could be, the leg up could be like this, where you get an overshoot that leads to a break, or it could be like this. That's an overshoot as well. So either way, we're expecting a new high. We don't get it right here, so I like that. But right after that, right here, it looks like we're ranging. You make this, which this, to be honest, looks like a pretty good entry. That's very aggressive. It's just the first entry, but look at all that room back to the EMA. But you get a first entry, failed second entry long right here below the EMA. I like that for a scalp. Come down here, we bounce, and unfortunately you can't get in on this move. Failure probably happened right here, but no good setup. And here we get we go above the overnight highs, and you get a first, second entry long setup, but it's kind of just in no man's land. The reason I like this and I took this is because it looks like 1-2 legs of correction. And it's getting kind of close to the EMA, and we just had a break of that line, so I like that along with the signal bar. Good signal bar, but it is congested, so it's definitely aggressive. And here, technically, this is I kind of looked at this as a new low, so I looked at this as like a first failed second entry short. That's aggressive though. But oh wait, no, you know what? I actually looked at this as like a double test. You make this price level, test it once, test it a second time, and here you get a first entry, second entry, poor signal bar, and it looks congestive. So when we get this higher low, I like that, and that confirms this trend line because of our midline. So perfect touch off that midline. But yeah, I was looking at this as like a new low. First entry, failed second entry. I was also looking at it because of that. But that is definitely aggressive because we're looking like it's congestive, and I just like that it's closed on its high. And then we make this triple top. So if you're feeling aggressive, it's just a problem because we're making higher lows each time. But this looks like a triple top with room back to the EMA to scalp out, and you get a nice move out of it. And then you get a first failed second entry long here, but that's far from the EMA, and you're going into this level of support, so I would steer clear of that. You get a counter trend breakout, but no setup, and then we get a first, second entry short. I like that. And then we bounce off the trend line. And unfortunately, you don't get really a good setup here. That's a really nice move up. Come up here, you get a first entry, second entry. So I was thinking that there's people who they got trapped going short here, back to the EMA. I got trapped at, hopefully this was my practice account, I don't remember, thinking that we could ride this back to the EMA, but don't do that. I mean, look, we have this big leg up, so that means we're in an uptrend. This point, it's clear that we're in an uptrend. We had this bounce, so that's definitely counter trend trading. So that, I looked at that as like a second entry short, first entry, second entry, failed second entry short. And you can see this level of support it bounced off of. So when we get this first entry, second entry long that broke beneath this level of support, I think that's a great setup. First entry, second entry, beautiful setup. And if you didn't take that, we get a higher low right here off of this support. That's the only reason I marked it. It's off of that support. And if you didn't take that, you get a first, failed second entry again off of that price level. So that's like a triple test of that price level. And you might have entered here, just a higher low off the trend line, touches that EMA, but I don't think you can. I just marked this because it's a trap. You can see a nice signal bar, ticks one tick higher, and it traps those people out and then continues higher. And that's why you want to take it off key entry points, take trades off key entry points. Unfortunately, there's not much to enter here. This was a strong move up with all these dojis and stuff, but you don't want to enter unless it's off the EMA. And then we start moving down. You get a first entry, failed second entry. I marked this as red. Maybe I should have marked that as red. It's counter trend, so it's aggressive. But it's off the short-term trend line. Then we get some bounces. First, failed second entry short, but that's beneath the EMA. It's off the long-term trend channel. And that's really what I saw today. There's I think this was like first, second entry, lower high right here. And it's also a failed second entry long, first entry, second entry. That's too far from the EMA, I think. So that's what I saw today. And yeah, you can see we came one tick shy of that measured move. Or at least that's how I drew it. So let's take a look at the trades I took today. So yeah, I'm just kind of disappointed that I took this and didn't even see that it was a failure, because that is a good entry. And there's room to scalp out. Second entry, this is aggressive, but it sets up pretty well. We didn't have a new high yet. Oh, you know what? We might have had a new high, breaking a new high right there. That looks like the trend channel. So yeah, we haven't gotten a new high actually. So that looks pretty good in hindsight. And this was aggressive too, but I really like the way it's set up, and it bounces off that midline, closes on its high with room to up here to scalp out. But yeah, it's probably too aggressive. Probably shouldn't be going into the highs like that. And this is a perfect entry. I accidentally entered twice there. This is just a textbook second entry off the EMA, off that midline. Failed breakout of congestion, counter trend. That's just everything you could ask for in a trade, in a setup. So that's what I saw today. Those are the trades I took. So I hope everyone had a blessed day, and I will be back tomorrow.